Let's not fight. Let's connect the dots one by one. If we agree with the conclusions, we move on. You'll agree with me sooner or later.
The sooner we get this over with, the sooner you can write the report.
That's the spirit. I should clear up Sarah's doubts about the murder. First, I have to prove that somebody else was there besides Green. And when Sarah takes the bait, I'll convince her about the rest.
Got something?
Nah, it's nothing. It'll be hard to defend a theory about these cables. The moment of the fall is puzzling.
I want to say that someone kicked him, but we don't have enough.
I know. Somebody had to be pretty damn determined to fuck Green's Icarite up this bad.
Somebody. Right. Could have been Green himself. Doing the beating? A fucking ghost?
Excellent question. This is creepy.
Ugh, looking at this makes my skin crawl.
You don't want to know what it's doing to mine.
Look, you don't have to try to convince me that Green is behind everything.
Suit yourself.
Could have cut himself, maybe.
Like how? Shaving? Wanna guess which one's the best friend?
Nope.
I have to wonder if someone just dropped it here. Or if they threw it back in Green's face. What else do you need?
A lot of money, promotion, happiness.
That's after we've solved this case.
Oh, how lucky I found you. Okay, we still have shit, but we can at least ask 2 questions. First, what's the actual cause of death? Second, who's the culprit and what's his motive?
Are you saying you're getting involved?
I've already changed my mind.
Are you the same with guys?
I won't correct you on everything you just said that was wrong. Besides, I'm looking for more information about the evidence. But seriously, no more jokes. Why did he go to so much trouble?
Did they pass the police reconstructor?
The sequence of events worries me. I found some interesting tidbits.
Please share.
Only with friends. But I'll make an exception for you.
Nothing complicated about this.
But what next, James? This is clear, and...
I know. Give me a minute. I almost wanted to fly a helicopter.
what?
That's all magnetic now, so it's literally hanging in the air. And when you fly downward, you're dropping. We would have seen a shootout in the reconstruction.
Must have happened before.
Maybe he shot someone? He didn't glow at night by any chance. Because of everything in his blood.
Many drugs are rare, withdrawn, or from government projects. Wait, how do you know if Green doesn't glow at night?
I don't want to talk about it. We haven't known each other long enough. We had guests. What do we know about them?
Kovalev is a smuggler and the owner of Icarus. And Salma, as you know, is that famous psychologist and a psychiatrist.
A smuggler and a shrink. Quite a pair of farewell guests. Apparently, he had a heavy foot.
He was just showing off to a girl.
If I had such a fancy car, I wouldn't need a girl for anything. We know what's going on. Now we only need the motive and the perpetrator.
Yeah. Then tea and we'll find Kennedy's killer before an evening snack.
Who?
Oh, geez. How did you even get through high school?
What, did I pass? I used to play baseball. You forgot? And I was fucking great at it.
Right. Now I remember.
If that says what I think it says, we're getting somewhere.
This is no proof,
What?
but a very solid hypothesis.
I agree. Let's move on.
James, this is fun, and I'd play 3 more games of solitaire, but it won't prove anything.
What else do you need?
More facts, or it's a waste of effort.
We need to talk seriously.
Is this some lame engagement joke?
What? No, it's not like that. I just have something for you.
If it is, however, some stupid joke, I will get fucking mental on you. Where do we start?
Since the Zeppelin crashing into the building right after Green's death is more than just a lucky break.
Lucky?
For us. Definitely not for them. You know exactly what I mean. Let's start with the connection between the Green case and the Icarus shooting.
Do you think Kovalev had poison in his blood too? Like Green?
Do you have access to the CTC registers? It should be in there by now.
Checking. Roy, Park, Dean is there too, but no sign of Kovalev.
So we have another connection to Green. A final death.
I still don't know how he encrypted the Icarite. Why do something like that?
To avoid answers when your corpse turns up in an inconvenient situation.
Motherfuckers. I still can't believe it.
At least their plans will take a while longer. Chief's errand boy.
I wonder how big his stable was.
Was the toxicology of the rest clean?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it was normal for this social class.
That damn snake again.
It looks fresh this time. Probably made on the day of the massacre.
The famous psychologist, back in the circle of suspects.
More on the periphery.
You've identified him. Great.
Yeah, it's a developer named Travis Collette.
Travis Collette. Bonjour, Travis. Travis Collette. Travis Collette.
James!
Sorry. So the watch with a photo wasn't evidence of a friendly quarrel between Kovalev and Green?
They were obviously very close.
That tell you something?
Shit. Too many copper phase conductors with polyvinyl insulation.
What?
I really don't know.
Sarah, you have access to the CTC registers.
Just checked. Kovalev's Icarite never made it there, which means that this is another...
This is another final death. They both left this world, and they left behind quite a mess.
Do you think they managed to carry out the plan from Green's letter?
All we know is they gave their lives for it.
Could anyone here know Green and Kovalev were up to something?
Damned good question. Let's check. Burn to a crisp.
Was that laughter?
Nah.
On one hand, he was just a pawn.
You mixing game metaphors?
Hey, people say that.
Never mind. You're right. Despite what we saw in the Icarus reconstruction, Phalanx really does have quite a rep.
Chief's trusted man. He must have known about Green's death.
Just what was he looking for here? Sarah, can you check what building this is?
How am I supposed to do that? This is just a small section. I need more to work with here. I'm not busting your balls, but James, please focus. Buying the blueprints for Green's apartment from Colette. And Colette didn't know about Green's death, and that order not to board Icarus. You think Dean was following the Chief's orders?
Sorry to say, but it looks like our old bastard is deep in someone's pocket.
But what did he really want? What did he need the plans for?
Your questions keep getting better. We missed something at Green's. Something damn important.
As long as everyone's focused on the riot now, the apartment should be empty.
Great. Let's finish what we started.
I can't believe all this evidence. You were right from the start.
Seriously? What surprises you most?
That's not what I meant. But the murderer was behind everything from the beginning. Did he take over his body?
Strong assumption. We better go one step at a time.
Now? You're going to get skeptical now?
I just want to sort it out.
Okay. Where do we start? James, I managed to get what was in Green's safe. There were recordings of his synchro tests and a ton of private notes. It's pretty unusual.
Upload. Zone transfer machine. I can't even get my shit together after 3.
This explains his problems. They were his own doing. I learned this was the plan for the next 100 years. Numerous attempts to save what we have in this system.
And our system isn't perfect? At least for them.
It turns out not to be the case. Apparently, every prediction ended in disaster. Why didn't we have access to these recordings?
They were in the Red Room.
I'll try to get to them. How did you describe it? That you're losing control of yourself? It's a kind of consciousness erosion. We'll increase the dose of ambrosia and the amount of synchro tests. It should help.
I need something better.
We don't have anything else yet. I'm working on it.
It's one big joke.
Selma sounds familiar, don't you think?
Shit, I thought she was gonna get herself a synthesizer.
Fucking Demmer.
Oh, haven't heard that before. Good to know you still have feelings for them. I'm getting used to the big names of the corpses at our feet. What are they doing there, apart from the obvious?
Together they worked on how to calm the riots, how to use the Fourth Estate. Who knows if they would have failed.
Dickheads. Lots of familiar faces, but compared to Green, they're small fry.
It's their mouth that spits out lies that millions eat up.
I still don't get that part of the story. When I think that they really use the...
At least the motherfucker's dead.
Everyone like him deserved it. Both died on dates shown on the symbols.
The problem is that Green's date of death was carved long ago.
Audio records don't connect the two cases.
But if we had Kovalev's recordings...
But we don't. Okay, let's assume that this was his motive. What's next? You're telling me these are the only people who can deal with the chaos in this city?
Am I? No. I think that's what Green is trying to tell us.
Do you buy it?
Well, this motherfucker knew corruption and power like no one else. How do you deal with that kind of desynchro?
And how do you deal with it?
I don't know if I'm the best example.
If syncrotests have a positive effect, then maybe there is something that does the opposite. If syncrotests have a positive effect, then maybe there is something that does the opposite. There may be no evidence that they made a transfer of consciousness at the time of the incident, but his behavior...
I know, it's damn suspicious. Let's just put it together piece by piece. Okay, whether it was Green's will or someone else was pulling the strings, why did Green have to die?
I see at least three possibilities.
Can you be more specific, Miss Detective?
I'm throwing them in. Like I said, I have at least three hypotheses.
Yes, ma'am.
You sure are you of that?
Very. About 30%?
I feel like following this lead might take a long time.
I'm just looking at all the angles.
Since the most influential players are more or less dead, their seats are up for grabs. Following this lead, Green didn't have to be the only one like that. The whole thing may simply have been about tearing the city apart. It would take years for his competitor to grow in political power.
True. You can't just grab someone off the street for a position like that.
Wasn't it more profitable to keep him alive? How much planning does it take to set up something like that?
I don't know. But we need to figure out who's pulling the strings in all of this.